I'm so excited. I'm back on the old school way of doing a live stream. The other way just wasn't working for me. And I was getting 0 views. I would normally at least get like 3 or 4 or 5. And I'm fine with that because it doesn't matter how many people are watching, it's who's watching. So thank you for watching. Sporting my 13th Avenue Media logo hat, visor, say it's quite lovely. Worked from home today and thought about this topic of managing stress while running a business or two, or however many you run. And I woke up stressed out. Did you ever wake up stressed out? It's not fun. And that very rarely happens to me. I'm usually like, woohoo, it's morning, let's go. And this morning I was like, oh, gotta get to my computer. I gotta answer all these emails. I can't catch up. Right? And I was choking. Have you ever felt like that? It does not happen that often. For this, I am grateful. But when it does, oh, it is a nightmare mentally because it's just going on in here between these little ears of mine. So, what I did was act out. I was irritable, restless, and discontent. And when that happens, other people get affected by me, like my husband or Cooper, and not fair. So I have to manage that stress. Like I'm on a mission then. As soon as I'm irritable, I'm like, I got to get out of this. And how do I do it? So it worked straight through for a few hours. And then I went and jumped on my bike. Shocking. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm always on my bike. And I'm on my bike to relieve stress and practice self-care. So I moved a muscle and I changed a thought. My good friend Cynthia up in New York told me that many, many, many years ago. If you want to get out of how you are currently feeling, you get up and move a muscle and change your thought. So every Friday I made a promise to myself that on Fridays I would listen to music. If I was driving or on my bicycle, whatever the case is. And as soon as I got on my bicycle, I started listening to a business podcast because I was in that mode. And I had to stop myself and change the dial, even though we're not changing a dial anymore. I had to hit a different app. So I went down to my little meditation spot and I sat near a tree. I was doing a little breathing in and breathing out. And before you know it, Mother Nature was all around me. I heard the birds and I smelled the jasmine and I looked at the beauty of the water and of the trees and I felt good again. And I meditated and it wasn't for long, but I did. And then I jumped back on my bike and I started listening to the music and I was smiling from ear to ear because I was so happy to be able to work myself out of how I was feeling. Like, that is good. It only has to be temporary. There's no substance I'm putting in my body to feel that way. There's no acting out in any way. It's just mindfulness, really, and practicing ways of just getting out of the funk. And it works. It really, really works. So I was wondering what everybody else does when that happens. I could have continued my day acting out, and I just did not like how I was feeling. I didn't like how I was acting towards my husband, and I made a change. So that's I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But really, it is an effort. So I hope that you have some type of practice in your life that can help you manage stress, because without our health, we have nothing. And I keep that at the forefront. I am constantly thinking of ways to improve my lifestyle and my mental health, and whether that be reading a book or listening to a certain podcast or riding my bicycle over 3 bridges, whatever it might be. It has to be done. And I'm so happy that it's the weekend and I can really spend some time de-stressing and not having a timeline. There's always some kind of a timeline. And most of it's in my head because Nobody's like texting or emailing or calling me that I'm late with anything, but that's because I care that much about my clients. So my stress comes from wanting to give the absolute best to everybody that I work with because it's such a gift to be able to do what you love and be able to wear this on a Friday, my brand new visor, my Third Avenue Media, and be able to ride my bicycle and take my parents out to lunch and stay in workout clothes all day and go outside and smell and because I did go into a bank on my bike. I rode my bike there, did some business transactions. I said I wasn't doing anything today unless I could take my bike there, and it was very dark in there. And I thought, guys need some natural light in here. We all need natural light. Circadian lighting is very important for us. Looking out right now, it's some beautiful light. So natural light is good. So that's my method. I just move a muscle and change a thought. And I can thank Cynthia in New York for teaching that to me. And I'm sure somebody taught that to her. And I practiced that today. So I will text her that when we're done, that I practice what she was preaching a few years ago. So I hope you have an amazing weekend. It's going to be gorgeous out here in Tampa Bay. Wherever you are, I hope it's lovely too. So don't forget, move a muscle, change a thought. It's that easy.